Hi, my name is Rasha, and I'm an alcoholic. I've been sober since February 14th, 2005. And the topic that I would like to talk about is miracles. I haven't been asked to speak in a topic meeting in quite a while. And the next time that I do, I'm going to suggest the topic of miracles. I love hearing people share about what Alcoholics Anonymous and the steps have done for them. The first miracle that I recognized was willingness. The moment that I learned I was an alcoholic in the hospital, it was a transformation. I definitely had the gift of desperation that I hear other alcoholics talking about. And with that came willingness to do whatever was recommended. My mother was sober for 24 years. She passed away sober. And when I got sober, she was still around. She'd been sober for 14 years. And the other thing that came with that willingness was the idea to call my mother. She lived in Texas. I lived in Minnesota. And I called her and she said, "I'm so grateful." My mother was the only person who had ever commented on my drinking. She said something to me about my drinking one time, warning me that alcoholism was rampant in our family. I wasn't ready. And in 2005, I finally was. Mom arranged for another alcoholic in the Twin Cities to come to the hospital and give me a big book. I started reading it right away, starting with Acceptance is the Answer. My mom loved that story and pointed it out to me. She also pointed out to me the part in the big book right before the stories about so-called high-bottom drunks like me. So even before I came into the program, my mother getting sober was definitely a miracle. I would have never guessed that she would be able to subvert her selfishness and self-centeredness long enough to allow a higher power and these steps to work for her, but they did. And she treated Alcoholics Anonymous as if it were a graduate school program. After she died, I found a file cabinet filled with step study material, conference material, district level work that she had done, sponsorship workshops. She loved AA and passed that on to me. So there's another miracle. When I was in treatment in February of 2005, I remember noticing cardinals. And after I got out of treatment, spring came and I noticed the cardinals were still around. And at that moment, I realized that for years I had been telling myself that cardinals were only in Minnesota in winter, which makes no sense. And some people call alcoholism the disease of perception. My perception was so skewed that it took something bright red against a white background of snow for me to notice it. Cardinals are in Minnesota year-round. So many miracles in my life. The fact that drinking was not as important to my husband as it was to me. I worried in those first few weeks of sobriety that our marriage would not withstand me getting sober, and I'm so grateful to say that that's not the case. We're still together, coming up on 35 years. He's one of those normies, and on several occasions, another miracle has said, "Thank God you quit drinking. Our lives are so much better because you are a member of Alcoholics Anonymous." The last miracle that I'll share about is the fellowship that has grown up around me. When I first got sober, I didn't like women. I didn't trust women. And today I have a wonderful home group. Fireside Women's Big Book meeting on Tuesday nights at 6:30 in St. Paul. Amazing women who love me for exactly who I am. They are the people I call when I have problems, and the people I reach out to be helpful to, the way that our program suggests. Miracles. Thanks for letting me share, one day at a time.